Good job, Jeff.
Well, thank you.
Man,
that was a lot of fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Salem.
Right.
Jeff came all the way from Toronto area out to our studio here near Vancouver to give you guys a lesson on Groove-A-Diddles. Now, before we get into the lesson, let's just talk a little bit. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself, and then we'll kind of get into some of the, the formalities, like the books and stuff. But you kind of have a unique story, so maybe start by sharing a little bit.
From Toronto, educator, been teaching drum lessons for about 25 years. Done a lot of touring with a lot of bands, taught a lot of students. Do a lot of outreach programs right now with stuff at retirement homes, daycare. It's just trying to really keep the drumming community alive. Right. Get more people to play drums out there, and tune into Drumeo and stuff like that. And our connection goes back, Groove-A-Diddles goes back to a video I did many, many years ago, 21 years ago. Yeah, on VHS. A lot of you, anyone know what a VHS is out there?
Should we show them the cover?
Yeah,
let's show them. We'll go take it to this camera over here, guys. All right, so this is Jeff's.
Oh boy.
Now there's a story behind this. When I first met Jeff, we were at a party at NAMM, I believe. And I'm like, Jeff Salem. I'm like, Groove-A-Diddles.
Put the connection together. And that was my real hair at the time. And, those videos still come practical, because I'll tell you what I do. If you pass the box here, see, a lot of times when I go to schools and I got to bring in my drums and the crates and stuff like that, I just go up to the door, the wedge, and I kind of wedge it in there, and the door stays open for me, so it's perfect. So it works wonders with that.
Okay, you're mocking it, and you're being hard on yourself, but this is what originally taught me inverted paradiddle. And that's what got me really excited about playing paradiddles, because it's like you were telling me before, all the teachers tell students to buy the book Stick Control, but not really many students are inspired to actually use it, or they don't know how to use it.
Exactly.
And this is kind of like an expansion on that. So that's what this lesson is on. We're going to talk about many of the Groove-A-Diddles concepts. Before we get into that, I just want to tell you guys where you can connect with Jeff. So Jeff's on Facebook. Just search Jeff Salem. Also on Instagram at Salem Drum. He's just released a new book. We can go to this camera and show people, called Finding Success as an Individual Artist. Great book for anyone who's kind of in the creative field, so whether it be magicians, whether it be drummers, guitar players, singer-songwriters, anything like that. And we'll just go to the back, show everyone. So it's kind of divided into 4 different sections: developing skill, personality, business chops, and living a healthy lifestyle. So congrats, man.
Yeah, great. Everyone has a passion to make a career out of it. This book is for you.
Well, I wish I could read this one, so I'm going to have to get my own, but we're going to give this one away to one lucky viewer. So if you are watching this on YouTube afterwards, just leave a comment below telling us what your favorite part of the lesson is. You're going to have to watch a little bit longer before we get to your favorite part. And we're going to choose a commenter. After the video's been up for 30 days, we're going to send you a copy of this book. Absolutely free, and their lives are going to be changed.
Excellent. Thank you.
So you can check out Jeff's book, this one, Finding Success as an Individual Artist. You can also check out his book called A Rhythmic Twist and Messin' Wit the Wild Bull.
The Wild Bull.
Those are all available on Amazon, I'm sure. Your website is drumsinu.com, so drums and then I-N, and then just a U.com. And you're connected with Yamaha, Evans, Sabian, Vic Firth, and LP. All great companies. You all know we work with Yamaha and Evans and Sabian, great companies. So thank them for hooking us up with some gear. So we're also going to do a giveaway later. You have a kind of a custom pair of Vic Firth sticks. So for those watching live, you're going to get a chance to get one of Jeff's signature pair of sticks. We're also going to be doing something we've never done on Drumeo before. This is going to be really fun. Jeff actually has an entire line of hot sauces. And as you know, we have a hot sauce, what do you call it when someone's really into something? What's that, hot
Connoisseur.
sauce? Connoisseur.
Yes.
In Mr. Cajun Spice, Dave Atkinson. So we're actually going to be bringing in Dave after the lesson portion, and we're going to be doing some hot sauce.
The sampler. Excellent.
Sampling.
That's the way to do it.
Stick around for that, and you'll get to see my maybe I'm not so good with the hot sauce, so hopefully I can handle it. But so let's kind of get into some of the stuff here, the Groove-A-Diddle stuff, because we have a lot of things to go through.
Sure, absolutely.
So first, what does Groove-A-Diddles mean?
Okay, the whole concept behind Groove-A-Diddles was, again, trying to motivate students that could practice sticking patterns, whether it's a single paradiddle or variations. I remember when I was first introduced to the book Stick Control,
Yep.
and there's all these combinations of singles and doubles, but it never really showed how to take it from, say, the snare drum or a practice pad to explore it around the drum set.
Right.
And that was one of my goals, because, you know, in my early days of taking lessons, you know, a few of my teachers showed me some really cool ways to do something with paradiddles, and I wanted to just do kind of an extension of it. And I think one of the most important things that motivated me with that is to take your time practicing it. I remember being 19 years old and on tour with a band somewhere in the States, and I got invited to go to a drum corps practice of a group. I don't remember what corps group it was, and the guy invited me out. It was like 8 a.m., and I was just really excited about this. And, you know, I show up thinking that I'm going to see, you know, all this cool stuff they do, throwing the sticks. And I remember they're all standing up and they're playing the single paradiddle at like about 40 beats per minute, and all, you know, they're playing all, you know, traditional grip, like right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. And this went on for about 10, 15 minutes. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, okay, aren't they going to do some cool stuff? And then all of a sudden, you know, the sergeant like sped it up to 200 beats per minute, and these guys like,
Yeah.
and it was just amazing. I realized that, you know, when practicing these ideas, the thing is, guys, you got to take things really super, super slowly.
Yeah.
And that's the key thing. And from seeing that, that encouraged me to go back home, because the difference I saw from these guys playing it at 40 BPM to 200 was just the speed. They were completely relaxed with it.
Right.
So a lot of cool things with the single paradiddle. And one thing that I, you know, try to encourage a lot of students is, and now with YouTube, there's so much stuff out there. Check out Buddy Holly, the song Peggy Sue. Jerry Allison. I mean, the groove is just paradiddles around the drum set. You know, I'm not a singer, but the melody, Peggy Sue, da, da. You know, I'll play you the groove. Like, if you watch that video, all he's playing. That's it. He just goes around the whole kit. You can
Right.
find it on YouTube, and just showing how important it is, you know, to get these patterns together. And you can come up with a lot of really like cool ideas and different styles playing them. So
Right.
today's like more of an extension of some of the Groove-A-Diddles. So what do you say we kind of jump into the first example here?
Okay, so if you're watching this lesson on YouTube or anywhere else, you need to make sure you download the sheet music. If you're inside of Drumeo, it's all right there, right for you. So let's get into it. You want to start just with the first
So if we
exercise?
just basically, you know, looking at, you know, the very basic simple paradiddle, emphasizing on beat one, and going. I used to practice that every single day for 15 minutes, whether it's on a practice pad, just get to the point that it was kind of effortless. So again, no one's going to get excited about what, you know, doing that 20 minutes every day. You can see how it comes to light. So the next example we see is that I'm basically playing the right hand on the hi-hat and the left hand on the snare. So we'll be looking at 1B here. So just, you know, really slow, I'm going to play this. Here I go. The whole idea, guys, you want to just take your time with it. When you get comfortable, you can start improvising on different bass drums. Here we go.
Awesome.
So one of the things I just try to always get students comfortable from day one is that whatever pattern you're working on, practicing, just don't limit yourself here. You know, try to move around the kit, go anywhere around the kit. Get comfortable with going here, 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 underneath. People get so, you know, caught up in here, and when they do, Phil throws everything off.
Right.
And a lot of times they depend on what it should sound like. I've heard people who've played the same pattern, and all of a sudden they go to the cowbell, they can't play because they're not used to hearing. And it was a lesson that I first learned. I mean, everyone's first beat they've learned is playing something like this. I never had a drum set starting off.
Right.
So basically it was like, you know, this pillow is my snare, you know, this is the bass drum, and I'm hitting something here. So it'd be like, no, it's not right. I go into the lesson, I play it. He goes, can you play? I goes, no, I need to hear it. So what I've learned is understand what I'm playing. So that basic groove, I'm just playing eighth notes. I'm playing the bass drum on 1 and 3, snare on 2 and 4. So if you take this, it's the same thing, right?
Right.
Not that it's supposed to sound cool. So a lot of times you can discover some really cool sounds. So the whole thing with my Groove-A-Diddle concept is that I'm going to show some cool ways of taking one idea and just coming up with many different examples with
Awesome.
that. Okay. So again, don't be limited here, guys. You practice something here on the high, go over here. I look at different areas that practice that. Ride cymbal, the rim, cowbell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
So when learning the paradiddle, okay, besides learning the way I've just kind of demonstrated now was playing basically 16 notes, I look at what I call, your common notation vowels, sorry.
Yeah, values.
Or, rhythm vowels, okay? So you got basically I look at 5 of them. Most of the stuff you can play is like eighth note triplets, 16-note triplets, 30-second notes, just like your common vowels, A, E, I, O. And sometimes there's Y, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Well, Y might be some artificial groups, maybe playing 4 against 3, the dotted eighth note pulse, okay?
Right.
So you take a simple pattern like that and you practice a single paradiddle going through all those rhythms. And that's what I'm going to demonstrate now on number 2. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this with a click, and I'm going to use the practice pad for this. So that way you can kind of hear me counting this off.
Okay.
So look at this cool looking, I like this, that's awesome. That'd be a good drum finish, huh? Look at that. That'd be awesome.
That would.
Okay. So what you guys see written there, I'm going to play it exactly as is. Some of them are 2 bars, the triplets are 2 bars, and the 4 against 3 are 3 bars, okay? So I'll get my metronome going here. This is 100 BPM. Here we go, guys. So, 16 notes. Again. A 2 and 4, a 1 and 2 and 3, a 4 and 2, a 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, some of those I played 2 bars, they hear that, so just going through all those resolutions and having control for that. So how would something like that be applied in a playing situation? So let's say I play sometime maybe in a samba feel and I was going to solo. So here I'll try to take maybe 16 notes as paradiddles, 8th note triplets, and maybe playing 4 against 3. So I'll just do a little demonstration of that. There's me going through all those different, that's just like an improvised idea of using all that, going through that. So 16 notes, 8th note triplets, and playing against the dotted 8th note.
The hard part is how to resolve it, because when you're playing these as 16th notes, you resolve it with the left hand so you can start the other one. For me, that's what I naturally try and do. So
yeah, exactly. So a lot of that, you have to kind of think that through ahead of time. So a lot of times we're always comfortable crashing with the right hand on things. So sometimes the left hand aware of that, especially when you're dealing with triplets here.
Nice.
So just a couple neat combinations, just neat little licks. So we're going to look at basically 3A here. Okay, so where I'm combining 16 notes with 16 note triplets. So basically the lick is just this. I always like using phrases for students. I mean, what I get them to say for that is, I like strawberry jam. I like strawberry jam, okay? And anything like that works really well. So if we look at letter B, here's an idea, just say around the kit, okay, like a fill concept. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Just a really simple way of applying that. Just say, I like strawberry jam.
Yeah, and that's cool. I've never seen it applied that closely as 16th notes and 16th note triplets.
And if you don't like strawberry jam, you can say, I like anchovy gum. I don't know. Is there such a thing? Probably not, but don't go there, okay? And the other one's just example C. Let's pull that one up. 3C is just kind of a reversed idea. So you got... quicker.
I like it has that backbeat in there.
Yeah, again, just a fun little lick to experiment around the kids. So again, using those two different resolution of notes, 16 notes, 16-note triplets and stuff. Then again, I'm generally trying to demonstrate a lot of the ones that are on the sheet, give you some ideas. And a lot of these are things that I've worked on playing in songs. If we look at the next one, number 4, 8th note triplets. This is kind of a cool little thing to practice. This is something I remember once using in a tune. I'm just going to play for you really, really slowly here. And one of the things, guys, is that I just finished shooting a series of lessons on a rhythmic twist, which is a concept of it taking, paradiddles, groupings of 4s, and emphasizing them as triplets.
Right.
So here's this just a little slower here. And at the end, splitting that up. I don't know, that was just an idea that came accidentally, but it's a nice little kind of a fill.
Yeah, that's
something kind of going through there, just to practice that.
Nice.
So single paradiddle, work on that 20 minutes a day on a practice pad. Mine was using a pillow and stuff like that. Let's talk about the reverse paradiddle, because it's funny, a lot of students just learn things one way. I'm like, man, there's so many different cool ways to play this, going through. So, basic, very simple sticking, right, left, right, left, right, left, okay? And, to kind of get started right away in a groove situation, I say right hand on the hi-hat or on the ride cymbal and just play the pattern. So if we're going to look at example number 5, 5A here, okay? Just really slowly, here's what I got, guys. Quicker. Same thing, you can experiment with a lot of bass drums, but one of the things I started working on was, kind of changing the accents around. There I'm emphasizing the down beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I thought, well, what if I did something like this, for example? Again, I'm going to go right, left, left. So just on the snare drum. This one's not on the screen, just an idea to show you something different. And I'm making this up, I've never done this before, I'm just showing you, here's how to make a Groove-A-Diddle groove out of something, So basically, you got... It almost sounds like a quasi kind of like calypso, reverse calypso groove, But again, me using this sound source, using that, it's the same sticking as that. It's just I changed the accents around. And we're going to look at the next example there. We got
the
sometimes you can use the wood block for this as I have it written out, or sometimes use the rim. But this was just something I just kind of came up with just on a gig. Now, one of the things I just tell a lot of students, when you're practicing these ideas, guys, really, really important, get comfortable with the hand pattern before you start inviting the feet along. You don't want to battle, how do the feet land, how do the bass drums land, how does my left foot hi-hat land with it? Just get so comfortable with it that, you own it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to think about it. It's like muscle memory, That's when I add the feet. So if I can play something and I don't have to think about it anymore, okay, let's bring the feet in. So I'm going to play this one for you guys. I'm going to substitute, what's written there is kind of a wood block, but I'm going to use the hi-hat. So really, really simple. It's like, and there's an example, like a neat kind of little kind of soca kind of feel to it.
Yeah, I would never think to start it with my left hand.
No, exactly. And that's a lot of things kind of, and again, moving it around the kit, experiment, the more drums you have, the more accessories, cowbells, blocks, you can really disguise that groove, which is kind of cool and stuff like that, okay?
Cool.
Splitting them out, let's look at the next example here. So we're going to talk about, number 6, okay. This is kind of interesting. I've always had students who've, come to me with ideas. Like I get a lot of my cool ideas from students. I just, they pass the information, I steal it, and I put it together. and this was many, many years ago doing a clinic in a store, and we were kind of going through the book Stick Control, and I said, let's put something together on the spot. But somebody said reverse paradiddle. Great, okay, we got right, left, right. Like, there's a pattern, great. What can we complement? Someone goes single strokes. So we all sat there, everyone had sticks on their pad. I said, what are we gonna do in the bass drum? They go quarter notes. So I had everybody basically doing this, okay? No big deal, then we got it faster. Pretty much played all one volume, no accents. I said, we got something magical there. What should we do with it? And some kid goes, hit everything on the drum set. I go, everything? Goes, well, ride hi-hat and all your toms. I go, really? He goes, yeah. And I had another drum set. He sat beside me on the kit, and we kind of just did this together. And this is what we came up with, a cool little clips group. That's the pattern. That's what is on the screen there. Okay? Huh. So it's moving it around the kit, Do I have to use that? No. Do I have to put? No, I could keep it there. Just experiment. You don't have to use all your drums. Yeah. So this was, created by two people in the audience telling me what to do, and something came out of it. So again, sitting there, just doing. Like I said, that's black and white television. This is adding some color to it.
Yeah.
So just, again, a fun, neat little groove with that. Again, still on the reverse paradiddle.
Yeah.
I like splitting up, playing doubles. If you ask 100 drummers, sit around the kit and play double strokes, most of them were probably like... Yeah. No, nobody probably would naturally go... We got to think about doing that, okay? Yeah. So I love a lot of times just kind of split up the thing. We look at the next example, guys, number 7, 7A, just a simple little fill.
That's great.
Yeah, fun little.
Man, it's such good, these are like tools, right? You just grab the tool, just you need...
Now, if you didn't have that drum, you go challenge that.
Right.
But again, little things like that. And doing the same thing the reverse, if we look at the one beside it, this would be 7B.
7B, yeah.
From that, this came. So again, practicing that.
Is that what you did? Did you just repeat it when you first wanted to start doing the two sound sources with the double?
Yeah. That would position on your drums is important. This close. I knew some students that would play their hi-hats way up here. You got to take an elevator downstairs to get there. Influenced by different drummers. Nice. Yeah. So some fun things. Again, this is still all the reverse paradiddle. Number 8. This is one of my favorite ones. I've used this so many times on different gigs. Same idea. So basically, half the reverse paradiddle, right, left, right, then with right, left. So here's what I got slowly again without the feet. I just wanted to point out that I left a lot of accents out because, again, depending on the feel, the style, you might choose different places to place the accent. So let's see what her feet are doing. And nice little Brazilian biome feel, okay,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I've used that. I've used that many times on different gigs. Kind of a fun thing to practice along with that.
Cool.
This is one of my next ones, number 9 here. Just a nice little lick here on the hi-hat. Again, same thing. This is my strawberry jam one. Strawberry jam. Strawberry jam. That's the lick. Here's in a faster tempo. I just did the same lick around the kit. I could add 2 bass drums at the end.
I use that all the time. I never even knew it was that type
Yeah,
of reverse
and you know, and then the one beside it, like B, is just basically doing it on the tail end, like 1 and 2. You know, I find I throw this in too many times. Like, okay, stop with the strawberry jam lick. You know, yeah, I'm overusing it. Just call it blueberry jam, right?
Yeah.
There we go, and stuff
Exactly.
like that. Okay, so the inverted paradiddle. This is one of your favorites, right?
I love this, man. I got to
Yeah.
show you. I think I want to see if I've lifted this from your original
Oh,
VHS, but I'll show you later.
Okay,
maybe. But
okay,
it's a specific accent pattern. And I don't know where I got
Okay,
it from. But
cool. I like this one a lot. Basically, the sticking, very, very simple, guys, is right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left. Now, what we got written on the screen there is just a fill that I come up with. And when a lot of times I'm trying to make up fills, you know, I don't just sit there and write it because, yeah, I'll put a couple on the toms. I just take the sticking pattern and let my hands go anywhere around the kit and see what comes. So if I'm just going to play that sticking, here's what I got. If I like the orchestration of it, I'll like try to write it down, and that's what I got there. It's a nice little kind of lick around the kit going through that, you know. But again, you take these things slowly. Play it over and over and over until you own it, right? Until you don't have to think about that anymore. You know, like if I sit there and I could talk over that. You know, hey, what's the score in the baseball game? The Jays winning or are we losing? What's happening? I'm not thinking about that anymore, right? That's when you move on, okay, for stuff like that. Cool little groove at that. If we look at Groove 10B, here's what we got, guys, for that. Neat little funky kind of groove. Okay, the next one is not mine, not one of my students. I actually got this one from Rod Morgenstein. Love his drumming, always been a fan of his drumming. I was at a clinic many, many years ago. He had a handout and he had this groove here and a 2-surface riding groove. Same thing, just get comfortable with the hands. And one thing that really helps, and I try to tell a lot of students, is that when you're trying to memorize an idea, okay, especially a fill, like if we thought about the previous fill, I always look at when I'm reading something like, how many drums am I hitting? So that last fill, there was only 3 drums. There was basically the floor, the snare, and the first time. So I make a note of that if I'm trying to read something, play it. You know, if I go over there, I know I'm reading it incorrectly. And the next thing is like, okay, where's my right hand going? Is it going to all 3 of those drums? You know, where's the left hand going? Left hand was going here to there. So much like this little groove here, okay, where are my hands going? Basically, right hand's on the ride, left hand's on the hi-hat. I'm going to bring the right hand from the ride to the snare. So the whole time, my left hand's going to stay up on the hi-hat. Don't even bring the bass drum in the picture. So go. When it comes time to bring in a bass drum in, bring always in what I call the easy placements of the bass drum.
Right.
You know, being right-handed, right hand, right foot, that's the easiest one. So I might just start first with that. Bring the last one in. Kind of a, you know, fun little kind of groove with that. Messing around, moving around the kit. Yeah, cool. Just a neat way, but again, take your time, do these kind of slowly going through that. Nice. So a cool thing is, guys, it's just, you know, mixing some of the combinations together. That's what we're going to kind of get into. So, you know, my routine was on a practice pad, single paradiddle, reverse paradiddle, then doing the inverted paradiddle, and just playing that. So I would basically run through like with different kind of foot ostinatos. So let's say I'm just going to do like 2 bars of each. If we kind of look at 13 on there, just mixing all these together. You know, the first one, and I'm just going to run through them all, guys. Basically, just going right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, then right, left, left. You know, over any kind of a foot thing. So let's say I was doing like a samba thing. Do that. Different foot ostinato. I don't know, maybe something Afro-Cuban. Try things like that. You know what I'm saying? Just experiment different ostinatos that you can actually play with that. Yeah. Moving that around.
And so moving them through all the different permutations.
Permutations, yeah. And one of the things too, which kind of gets fun, if I got right, left, left, I can mix around right, left, left. Yeah. And that's, you know, what we're going to get into next, and coming up with some kind of cool grooves. Okay, cool. Playing through that. So a combination. So if we look at number 15, okay. So this is a really well-known groove. I've heard Neil Peart from Rush use this, YYC, a lot of other cool little grooves here. But we're going to do a little trivia in a bit, but I'm going to play what's basically on the screen here. So very slow I got. Quicker. The track I'll probably play it later. I'll show that in an example. Right. But here's what I want to do now. The first time I ever heard that pattern play was in a song that I heard. I go, man, what's going on here? Now, it was a different bass drum pattern. I'm going to play you the groove, okay? And we're going to give away. This one, I'm going to do a pair of my sticks. So the first one that can chime into Jared and said, who's the drummer? What's the song? And what's the band? So the groove is... Okay, and it's not the immigrant songs. So
there's like a 5-second delay. Okay, so
who's the drummer, the name of the song, and the band. You get a pair of sticks. I'll play it one, and that's how the song starts. Right. I think it's an 8-bar intro as. So when I heard that, it says, now I got to start mixing my paradiddles around. It's not working just playing, you know, the reverse paradiddle only, you know. So I just started practicing more on that.
Someone got the...
You get it?
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. We got it here.
No way, that quick. And anyone who gets it right is probably my age category. They would have to be.
Jan Westman says, Deep Purple, You Fool No One. And then he says, Ian Pace. So I believe he was the first.
The first one that You Fool. Man. Awesome.
So Jan Westman at, just send me an email, okay? My email is jared@drumeo. Send me an email and I will make sure you get a pair of these sticks.
Thank you.
It's a cool sticks.
Yeah. See, the old version had, they got my face on it, the short hair. The old version had the long hair guy on it.
This is way better, hey? You got
know.
There's a story behind this picture.
But what Vic Firth did was they actually they kept that on there and put a pair of scissors on my stick. No, I'm serious.
Really?
I had sticks with scissors cutting my hair. We cut that crazy little.
Awesome, man.
Okay. Yeah, that was a quick answer. Thank you for that.
That was very quick. Yeah,
very
there's
cool.
even like a delay on the stream, so he had it right away.
He was there. Okay. So again, when we talk about taking that idea and just moving, exploring different parts of the drum set.
Right.
So we're going to look at 15B. This is kind of a really, really cool groove here. I've used this in a tune before. Quicker. So when we talk about moving around the kit, this is a really important thing. I talk about how many different ways to move around the kit. We can play parallel motion. That's kind of what I did when we did Peggy Sue, Buddy Holly, Peggy Sue. We can do different shapes, like an oblique motion where this stayed my right hand on the floor tom and my left hand was kind of this weird shape. In contrary motion, going around the kit, anywhere, any order. So that's really all the three different ways to move around the kit. So when you hear that pattern with the tom compared to the groove, it's the same sticking pattern. I'm just moving in a different direction.
It sounds like a completely different drum beat, though. Like
yeah,
you would
totally.
never know, right?
Yeah, and everything doesn't have to be fast. Like I've liked that one at a slower tempo. That just seems like really like almost alternative and heavy. It doesn't have to be super quick.
Awesome. Okay, let's keep moving on because you're doing
Yeah.
good,
Right.
Jeff.
Oh,
You
we'll
are
get through all these ones. Okay.
rapid fire, man. You're great.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to probably just I'm going to jump ahead to. I'm going to go. Let's go to 18 here. Okay. Here's a combination number 18 here. I've always had a lot of people ask me, my original Groove-A-Diddles video, my closing solo, I'm just gonna move this, my closing solo, I'm playing something like this. And I've also played a groove like this. So both of those are the exact same thing.
Yeah.
One I'm just playing on the tom. So if we look at this pattern, the sticking, when you hear me do that, I'm like, wow, man, that guy could play open-handed, really cool. All I'm doing is I play the snare part here and I play the hi-hat part on the snare.
Right.
But it sounds like a different groove. From this,
That's
like
really cool.
all those are the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I'm just kind of using that example there.
That's the groove, by the way, that I got obsessed with.
That one?
I played that so
Come
much.
on.
Yeah, I could bust that out.
Oh,
It's like
you
one of
won.
my confidence.
That was the one I played at the start on the rims. I think something like that I did.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
Cool.
So we're going to talk about what I call replacement grooves. So sometimes I'll replace a hand pattern with a bass drum, okay, or with the left foot. So what I got there is number 19A. We're going to pull this up. So sticking right, left, right, right. I'm going to replace the actual, the right note there, the second right you see with the bass drum. So just nice little way to just kind of accent something different. B is replacing with the foot, actually, the inverted paradiddle. So I got. Neat little idea. So this is where we get into the world of a lot of linear grooves, and a lot of guys have different, concepts of approaching them. I've always thought of like the replacement idea. So basically, with linears, you never get two voicings landing at the same time, creating a groove. I'll never get the hi-hat and snare landing together, bass with the hi-hat, and obviously bass and snare together. Everything's individually on its own.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would take some of the sticking patterns that I would see like in stick control and say, okay, I'm going to replace the right hand with the right foot. Or I'm going to play maybe the left hand with the left foot. So these are just some of my favorite ones that I've come up with. I can do probably kind of a few of them. Let's look at 20A.
Okay.
So here we go, slowly. One guy once asked me at a clinic, why are you hitting that, Tom? Why not the first one low? I goes, why not? Something different, right? Just go for that. Okay.
This takes a lot of coordination to do that with the feet and just throw it in there like that.
Yeah, like and I've always thought, like, if I'm it's just a good way to practice. I'm going to do a whole lesson about, the hi-hat technique and stuff like that. You want to do one more?
Let's do one more. One more example here.
So this one, I will give you a prize if you can tell me the name, Jared, of Groove 20B. Okay? Okay, I'm going to play it. There's a name for this one. Called?
No.
Any idea?
No.
When I tell students, it's called the arm groove. See, it's right there. See, we get a shot
How
on
was
that?
I supposed to know that?
See, when I forget, there it is. It's right on my arm.
You gotta show me.
You gotta get the shot on that. Why is it on my arm? I recorded it for a song. Is it there? I don't know if you can see it. Anyways. But the really important thing about this is just really works on like a lot of your balance and stuff like that. And you want to just take things, really, really slowly going through that. It's kind of a fun way. Experiment like a lot of these guys. Again, those sticking patterns, it's so much options, what you can do with them going through that.
Jeff, that was a great lesson, man.
Thank you, man.
For
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah,
thank you,
thank
sir.
you so much. Cool. And I know we do these lessons and they're rapid fire, right? And so Jeff actually did a whole course today for Inside of Drumeo. It's 5 separate videos, comes with sheet music. So if you'd like something a little bit different, some more from Jeff, please consider signing up for Drumeo if you haven't already. Next up, we're going to do some hot sauce tasting. Ooh. Now, for those that weren't here at the beginning of the lesson, Jeff has his own line of hot sauces. Now, they are called, let me make sure I get this right.
Small word.
Salem's Lot hot sauces.
Salem's Lot scary hot sauces. Okay. Obviously, the whole haunting, witching theme, got to kind of like go with that, actually.
So I'm going to post the link to that. I believe, let me just make sure that's right.
Ooh,
yes, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Salem's Lot hot sauces, Lot with 2 T's. So definitely check it out. Dave, come on in. So he actually brought us a couple bottles. Now you have 8 different flavors.
8 different flavors, and I thought I'd go kind with you guys. These ones are not crazy heat. I wanted to make sure you guys are still available to work tomorrow.
And I know lots of people are like wondering, like, how does this have anything to do with teaching drums or drum lessons? And it really does not have anything to do with it.
But it's a fun icebreaker in meeting people in conversation and not chalk and shop all the time. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. That's one of the guys on my milder side, Jalapeno Casper, the Deadly Ghost. Jared, I want you to do the yellow peanut one to try that.
This one?
Yeah, that's on the milder side. That's not going to kind of kill you. And the Casper one, I should come up with a rudiment called, hot sauce rudiment.
Now, you did say drinking or eating this hot sauce will better your chops, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Improve your time, your meter, your technique.
Okay, Dave.
I should teach a groove called paradiddle.
The paradiddle.
Paradiddle. Okay.
So what's this one?
Now, this one's yellow pinot. So this is jalapeno, lots of garlic, lime, green pepper.
Okay, so what's unique about your hot sauce is there's no artificial
ingredient? Exactly. All natural ingredients. I have a good friend of mine. He grows my peppers for me.
It's got a nice tang to it.
It smells really good.
It's not hot. It's not super hot.
No, it's not.
That's the mild guy.
That's the mild?
That's my mild.
That's the mild.
That's the mild.
You're gonna kill
See the
me.
difference?
I know
Flavor on
what you're.
that. The flavor on that is great.
I know if this is the mild.
That's the mild guy. I have one a little
it
below
tastes
that.
really
too.
good,
not that
but my eyes are already watering.
Okay, well, we got to go with
All right, I'll open up this one. This
Casper
is
the Deadly Ghost.
Casper.
Give that a good shake there.
There we go. Casper the
There.
Deadly
Wow.
Ghost. Look at that.
So you got to work on your hot sauce technique.
I
a
think
little
I'm pretty
more.
good. I order Indian food hot.
Yeah. This is good on
Having a
Indian
water
pepper.
over
This is the
there.
ghost pepper. It's Indian
Ghost
pepper.
pepper.
Yeah.
Jeff, you're trying to like troll us, aren't you?
Yeah, ghost peppers are usually pretty hot. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Dave.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Someone said.
This is great on pad thai. This one.
Solar Rider says Jared will have smoke came out of his ears. before
Oh,
this
that
is
good
over.
man. Oh, look at that. Look at
Jared,
that.
have some of this.
That's
No,
that-
Dave, you.
All right, here we go. This
Come
is
on,
a-
Dave. Good
Give him
man.
a spoon there.
This
Here
is
we
it.
go.
This is the
That's it.
sauce,
Look
right?
at that. Yeah.
I'm just having a little bit. I'm not.
It looks like
I'm
it looks
not
like
gonna
it looks
do
like
it.
Gerber.
I didn't
Here,
read this
you know
much
what?
about-
Would it be fair if I join
Yes,
you guys?
yes.
Come on, join us with this.
You know.
Doc Sue Rock says don't eat the ghost sauce.
So
Okay.
you're only doing a little
Here we
bit
go.
too- this
Cheers.
is
Here, all three. One, two,
Cheers.
three.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to creep up me.
Oh, that's great.
It doesn't
Good
seem-
flavor. Not
That's
killer
great
hot, but
flavor. It's got a nice thickness to it too. A lot of hot sauce is very runny, like that.
Yeah,
France
yeah,
or Tabasco. This has got some nice chunks. Very good.
tastes
That's
great.
not that hot either.
yeah,
I
it's
did-
good taste.
I didn't find that as maybe it's going to come up on me.
No, you know what it is? It's kind of like if you try fine wine that's vintage and all of a sudden you go to a $7 bottle afterwards, you might not notice the difference right away. But that's what it is. Like you almost got to like clear the palate and
Right.
we'll wait for the next lesson to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's in the middle of the road. I do
like
have
it.
hotter in that.
Nice.
This one's got a nice tang to it. It's a little bit spicy right up front. This one's got a very good flavor. Like you said, it was good on.
There's pears. That's great on like Chinese food, chicken, pork. Actually, that's great on cheese, crackers, a sip of Shiraz wine. There you go.
Tasty.
Let's start our foodie-o. Forget Drumeo.
Yeah, let's stop the drum lessons and just do hot sauce.
Yeah.
You're the first person that we've
Just
actually
brought food here.
brought food and tasted
There
it.
we go.
Always welcome back here, Jeff.
Thank
Always
you.
welcome back.
Thank you, man. Look, see, you're smiling. So that's
I'll
a
let
good
you get back to
thing.
the lesson. Now.
Yeah, that's great. Okay,
you very much.
so we're going to take.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
Okay, if there is any question, I don't know how many questions there will be. It looks like there's a few here. Delta asks, can Jeff please play a couple of these grooves using the ride? And no, you did do that a little bit, but I think basically what he said is you can move any of these patterns over anywhere, right?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of one of the ones that. There's an example of. That's almost like a jazzy feel of taking that triplet one and making kind of little idea. So those are examples of the two of the linear ones, say
Yeah.
just using the ride as well too.
Great. Southpaw Grandma says, as a beginner, just been playing for over a year, I find myself dependent on things that are written on paper. Thanks to the encouragement to experiment with rudiments to make a new sound. I'm developing hands and right foot, but the left on the hi-hat has a mind of its own. Am I taking things too slowly? Should I increase tempo gradually? Any suggestions?
Playing open-handed, if that's the suggestion, or just incorporating, bringing the left hand up there.
I
on
think the
hi-hat.
left foot.
Oh,
But
left
the left
foot.
foot
I'm sorry.
hi-hat has
left
a
foot,
mind
sorry.
of its own. Yeah.
Okay. It's fun. I'm going to do a whole kind of lesson on that. The very first thing I just tell students is, when we start applying the left foot, 2 and 4. I mean, if I'm playing any rock beat, if I was playing just a simple. getting that on 2 and 4. And I'm going
Right.
to talk about this whole thing in the separate lesson about developing good solid time and technique, doing this heel toe thing. But be patient with that, because that's usually people bring that in the last. They think about just kicking the 2 hands.
And Southpaw has an account here, so they'll have no problem.
Okay, perfect.
Watching those lessons. So
Perfect.
Jeff's talking about a course he's going to be filming for inside of Drumeo later on. Jazz Groove says, I've only been a member here for 2 months and my playing has improved so much because of you guys. So thanks.
Awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Bonzi says, is there a 30-second solo you can suggest using these patterns? I guess
This is funny. There's a story about this. It's actually in my book. When I was in high school, grade 10 band, we had to do a song. I had a 16-bar solo, and all I knew how to do was play paradiddles. And it was like a fast rock and roll song. And I haven't done this in many years. This is almost 30 years ago.
Right.
But this was kind of my solo I remember doing. It was just with paradiddles. So it came out of a beat like this. That was pretty much a solo I remember doing in grade 10.
Right.
So basically all I was doing was playing the single paradiddle, and then I did some kind of combinations, you know. And even at that age, I remember after a couple of years playing, I was able to get it at that speed because I put a lot of time into that.
Yeah.
And I remember one neat thing I had was going, I'll play it slowly. And that is in stick control. That's just that around the kit. So that was me using it. So, because the song was more like a 50s, 60s kind of vibe. Again, I was thinking like Bo Diddley or almost like Buddy Holly, the Peggy Sue thing.
Right.
Going around the kit, doing that.
Cool. This one's from another one from Delta. Does Jeff always play specific patterns, or does he use them like off the cuff to be creative in a musical situation? So I guess he's like, what's your thought process?
Yeah, no, it's a really good question. Usually what we'll improvise is maybe the sticking, okay? For example, if I was playing a groove, maybe I'll do this on one of the songs I'll do, closing song. So the improvising might come with the hands, but I'm not very if the groove is boom, but that boom, boom, and that works, I might not play around that a lot, but I can kind of change around the hand pattern. Like I could easily take something like. I'm just kind of improvising some different stickings based on a groove, for example, going through that. So a lot of it would be, I'm trying not to, I was improvising on that, but if anything's going to happen, it'll be with my hands, for sure.
Cool. Okay, last question from John Ross. I noticed at your show the other night.
Oh, John Ross. Hey, John.
Did a show out here.
We never got to say hi. Hi, John.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
So I noticed at your show the other night you did some eighth notes with your left foot on the hi-hat. Can you show me a simple way to work up to this? Great solo the other night also. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, John. You're so kind. The eighth notes on the hi-hat, what's this song? Good times, bad times. There's, just listen to that too. This is going all the time. But, the very first thing for that, and again, I'll talk in the concept lesson, is basically, all eighths quarter note beats. Like, start always with that. So simple eighth notes between the kick and the snare, bring in the 16th notes, okay? And it's just got to go slow and just balance and really hit down on it. But it was nice someone paying attention because I think pretty well most songs I'm either doing that or I'm splashing the hi-hat. one or the other and stuff
Awesome.
like that. Yeah.
Okay, well, that is the end of the lesson portion. If you want to follow Jeff, make sure you find him on Facebook, @SalemU on Instagram. Check out his website, drumsinu.com. Check out his new book, Finding Success as an Individual Artist. If you are watching this on YouTube, remember to leave a comment below. 30 days after the release date, we'll send a message to the winner, and all you have to do is comment your favorite part on about this lesson. And so, thank you, man. So
Awesome,
much.
man.
You did
Thank
really
you.
good. Thanks for the hot sauce.
Yeah, but maybe I can juggle that. Should I do a song or solo? Maybe solo.
Whatever you want. Or you could just do a song into a solo.
Yeah, I can do that.
Whatever you want.
How much time we got? We got a lot of
Yeah,
time?
you got time.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to run in the other room and listen from in there. So you
Okay, I would
take...
take these balls in case they fall over and crack and stuff like that. All right. First of all, I just want to thank all the guys here at Drumeo, the whole team, Jared, Dave, and the staff. Guys, this is just a wonderful facility. I'm blown away, okay? I'm blown away what you guys have, or the education they're provided. Guys, thanks for tuning in, stuff like that. I answer all my emails. If you have anything you want to ask me, just reach me, and we'll go through there. What I'll do is I'll play a tune. Yeah, we'll do this one. This is the one, Burn the Bridge, from my book, Messing with the Bull. I'll try to, I'm going to try to put a lot of paradiddles in that, and even some stuff on the ride cymbal. And then at that, I'll go into a solo, and I brought my whistle. It's because it just happened to be my stick bag on the gig, so I'll find a way to do it. But thank you guys for tuning in, and yeah, let's do this track here.